So guys, good morning. Sorry for the technical glitches, but the point is, we were starting off by. इसको बंद कर दो, just please. इसको कर दो, उसको. यार, I've got cold because I'm on a salad diet. क्या करें? बुढ़ापे में. I had infection in my stomach, so doctor told me कि भाई तुम सलाद खाओ. अब you are old. हंस रहे हैं. अपने गला तो साफ कर ले पहले. पीछे से देख. Look at. You are laughing. Look at your hand. You have to. If you are married, your wife would have stabbed you or smashed you, anything. So, yes, sir. Hari Sena is the court thing. Yeah, but he's like two of them. He's a king also, and he is courtier of whom? Samudragupta. ठीक है? उसमें confused. Two different people. Yeah. Please feel free. इसमें क्या हो रहा है? Chandragupta Maurya was in Mauryan period also, and Chandragupta 1 and Chandragupta 2 are different. Are Guptas. No, she's asking about Vakataka also. Vakataka also there is a Harisena. ठीक है? So no, they are not supposed to ask all these things. But the point is, when they'll ask Harisena, they'll ask with reference to Samudragupta inscription because he was the one who wrote Allahabad inscription. ठीक है? मैं उस कंटेक्स्ट में कह रहा हूँ. Harisena, whose rule is 475 to 500 BC, is a Vakataka ruler. 475 till 500 AD. Okay. But we'll have to do both. Like we have to do administration of Guptas and Vakatakas as well. And this thing, because both of them are like synonymous to each other. Guys, before we start, I've given you these things. Just go through these images also before we start. ठीक है? Look at the anatomy of women. इस तरह का figures अभी आपको देखने को मिलता है modern day में. Look at, and I'm talking about like 2000 years ago. Just look at it very carefully. Aesthetically देखो इसको. ठीक है? The body shapes are well defined body shapes. Then we have the Nagara. क्या हुआ? दिख नहीं रहा है. अच्छा. So what we discussed about in the last classes was, let me just give you a very reminder. We talked about the end of Mauryas, and then we just gave we skipped the Satavahanas as well, post Guptas. We just came to Guptas. So Guptas, we saw the last year questions also. Guptas is called as the golden period of Hindu religion, of Hindu society or Indian, because it was the very first time that a pan-Indian empire came up. Strong empire, and we all have historical sources of it. We have Sanskrit literature like Kalidasa's Ritu Samhara and stuff, which we'll be discussing in a greater detail. Then we have astrology, astronomy, Varamihira. Then we have what do you call it? Amar Kosh also. Kosh itself is encyclopedia. Okay. Kosha means encyclopedia. So it is having science also. It's having astrology, astronomy. It is having technology also. That's how. And you see, how do we get to know about the? नहीं इसको लिखवाऊँ मैं. Don't worry about it. ये detail में लिखना बाकी है अभी. ठीक है? And as far as who was saying about the chronology of Vakatakas, okay, just write about the chronology if you want to write. ठीक है? अगर आपको लिखना है तो लिख लो. Brief this thing. Vakataka dynasty. Vakataka dynasty आपने लिखी हुई है. What have you written in that? Okay. No, I told you administration also, but चलो ठीक है. उसके बाद just to give you a brief about the Vakataka kings, just write about. Just give me a second. And this was the time where we see the inception of what? The Nagara style of art. Just go through it carefully. ठीक है? ये है क्या? फिर इसके बाद इसके उसको देखेंगे. ठीक है? Do you find any similarity between these two? It's the same. ठीक है, इसको लास्ट में when we will be discussing about the art and architecture, then we'll be discussing all these things. Just have a look at this from a perspective of science, art and culture. Look at the women anatomy also. Anatomy. I'll explain this when I'll be dealing with women, condition of. ठीक है? Okay, please write about the political history of what do you call it? Vakatakas. Okay, so Vakataka dynasty, yes. As I told you that Vindhya Shakti was the founder of Vakataka dynasty in 250 to 270 AD. Vindhya, Vindhyashakti. Vindhya Shakti was the founder of Vakataka dynasty. He is credited to have performed a number of Vedic sacrifices and thus revived Brahmanical rituals. Which were in abeyance during the rule of later Satavahanas. Next paragraph. Ajanta inscriptions of the time of Harisena describes him as a Dvij. Dvij means twice born, or Brahman. We use it for like Brahmanas. Brahmanas are always called Dvij. And praises him for his military achievements. Then we have another ruler called Pravarsena, who ruled from 270 to 330 AD. Vindhya Shakti ruled from 250 to 270 AD. 250 to 270 AD. Before this, after that, we have Pravarsena, who ruled from 270 to 330 AD. Vindhya Shakti's son and successor, who is considered into Vidarbha and adjoining areas of the Deccan. Okay. Can you hear me? Now can you hear me? Audio went off. Now is it okay? Okay. What am I supposed to repeat? Just a second. Vidya Shakti. Vidya Shakti 1 is the founder of Vakataka dynasty. He ruled from 250 to 270 onwards. Okay, and Ajanta inscription of the time of Harisena described him as a Dvij. and praised him for his military achievements. This is ruler after these people. Okay. Then we have Pravarsena. Then we have Pravarsena. Pravarsena is the son. Extends the empire from southwards of Vidarbha. Vidarbha is where? Present day Eastern Maharashtra. And his son, Gautamiputra, married the daughter of Naga king Bhavanaga. Bhavanaga. Yes, yes. This is Gautamiputra Satkarni. That is, it is Gautamiputra Satkarni. This is Gautamiputra. Okay. After the death of Pravarsena, his sons divided the empire. After the death of Pravarsena, what is happening to the video? Just give me a second. Just give me a second. Video is not like the people are. First time it's yeah. Yeah. Okay. नहीं sir, I'll manage. Don't worry. Yes. जी. सर वो थोड़ा मुझे जुकाम है. पीछे वाला चल. ये वाला चला दे. बताओ. Okay. So kindly repeat from Pravarsena, who is considered. Just give me a second. Guys, I hope thing is being sorted from your end also, because we just checked. Okay. Okay. So what I'll repeat about where were we? Rudrasena we did. Okay. Pravarsena, son and successor, who is considered to be the real founder of the Vakataka dynasty. He extended his empire into Vidarbha and adjoining areas of Deccan. Okay. His son Gautamiputra married the daughter of Naga king Bhavanaga, Bhabanaga, which cemented this matrimonial alliance. Cemented का मतलब क्या होता है? पक्का करना. Yeah. An important political alliance. After the death of Pravarsena, his four sons divided the empire and ruled independently in separate provinces. His four sons divided the empire and ruled independently in separate provinces. Gautamiputra, in all likelihood, died during the lifetime of his father, and hence his son Rudrasena I. Hence, his son Rudrasena I succeeded his grandfather Pravarasena to the throne. And ruled from Nandivardhana, present day Nagpur. Present day Nagpur. Guys, you're getting my point. This is the chronology if you want to, because I don't focus on these things because seldom this is asked. But the point is, Vakatakas were the ones who led to who built the Ajanta caves. And we see, you see, the thing I gave you the example of these anatomies, these human images, the condition. I just wanted to give you the introduction of the art and architecture. Since we talked about literature, we'll elaborate on that. जो मैंने कहा था ऋतु संहारा है. You see, literature is a part of art. It's a part of art. And when do we have art? भाई हमारे घर में अच्छी बड़ी पेंटिंग कब आती है? जब हमारे पापा की आय अच्छी होती है. पेंटिंग्स कितनी महंगी बताया ना? First we have subsistence, then we have houses, then we have paintings, then we have cars, then we have helicopters. That's how हमने क्या start किया था? Earlier we were hunter and gatherers. Then we settled down. Then we made colonies. भाई आर्ट इतनी अच्छी आर्ट किसने बनाई है? वो वेला तो होगा नहीं, उसको पैसे मिल रहे होंगे. He must be getting money out of it. Since this is so beautifully carved out, he must be specializing in this. It must be skill. Second thing, from a perspective of a woman, भाई इतनी अच्छी तरह से women को देखो. Look at this from Lakme Fashion Week. Have you seen that? इतनी खूबसूरत से तो लड़कियों का प्रेजेंट भी नहीं किया जाता. 2000 years ago, guys. Again, I'm reiterating the fact. Look at the way women are perceived. नीचे से पूरे कपड़े पहने, उधर से हल्का पहने हुए. Top, क्या क्रॉप टॉप बोलती लड़कियां? Am I making sense? Then. Again, if I come to the coins, what do you make out of these coins? Do you see these coins inspired by some other coins? I'll show you the coins. Achha. Guys, these coins. This is the king, this is the queen. Guys, you guys are following, na? Lekha. So, I mean, you had similar coins. Of Elizabeth in Greco-Roman world. Elizabeth के coin हुआ करते थे ना. हिंदुस्तान में जब रूल था, they were ruling on behalf of Elizabeth, the people who came to India. So somewhere or the other, it signifies the power. That's the symbolism we are having. The symbolism of Hindu deities, or the deities I was talking about. Varaha. I was talking about Varaha. It signifies rise of Vishnu. And look at these. Man, a woman. Seems erotic, but it has aesthetic value also. How do you perceive these pictures? What do you make out of all these things? Yalika, you were saying something? UNESCO ने ऐसी थोड़ी intangible heritage दिया है भाई. UNESCO has given this intangible heritage of India. Stones, carvings, anatomy, clothes, fashion, ideology, way of thinking, society. Very good, very good. और कुछ? अब लोग आधे तो पता क्या हुआ? नो ठीक है, कोई बात नहीं. ज्वेलरीज यहाँ पहना हुआ है, गाइज ने ऐसे पहना हुआ है, तो that shows a kind of society they were living in. Fashion, yes. We can say that girls were also important as maybe there might be caste discrimination. Girls, women and Shudras were speaking Prakrit language. They were not speaking Sanskrit. But at the same time, in depictions, we see male and female, love relations. So love is shown in those pictures. किसने thought तो दिया होगा कि भाई ऐसी फोटो बनाओ, ऐसा बनाओ. ऐसा तो नहीं किया जैसे किया वो कौन सा पाउट बनाते लड़कियां. So there is a continuity and change. Yeah, what is he saying? Yes, minute. On top of that, we have fresco paintings. भाई इसका कलर पूछते हैं. They ask about the sandstone, they ask about the carvings, they ask about the what do you call it? ठीक है. अभी they ask about a question where they say that Imambara, of Imambara is situated where? Bara Imambara. अभी तो medieval में आई नहीं है. Bara Imambara is in Lucknow. Is made up of red sandstone, white sandstone. What is it made up of? Google करो चलो एक बार. The people who are online, there was a question in UPSC which said that Bara Imambara, which is located in Lucknow, is made up of which stone? Red sandstone. दिखाओ मुझे इमेज देखना यार. क्या गुंडा बनेगा रे तू? रेड सैंडस्टोन बोल रही है. हाँ. Yes. Bricks. It's not red sandstone. Don't take Google by this thing. Just keep a pinch of salt. देखा तूने red sandstone है. ये UPSC asked that was it made up of red sandstone? Red sandstone was used in where? Rajputi, this thing, Amer Fort and those forts. There is a similarity between Amer Fort and Mughal architecture. How? Yeah? Same stone is used in Jaipur. Okay, so now things are evolving. Lime mortar, yeah, lime mortar, very good. We'll come to this. When will we? Again, guys, हम लोग कहाँ पर थे? Where were we? As far as writing was concerned, Nagpur, na? Then we have another ruler called within what do you call it? The Vakatakas, we have Nandi Varman branch. The first ruler is Rudrasena 1, 340 to 365 AD. After that, we have another branch, which is Nandi Varman branch. Yeah. Historically, we do not have much information, but where do we get the information about these rulers? Inscriptions. The Rudrasena 1, 342, 365 AD. Yeah, same Vakatakas. No, they were, देखो, Krishnadev Rai was in Vijayanagara, but he was Tuluv. उससे पहले सुलूव थे. Tuluv are under Vijayanagara. Same. Vakatakas के अंदर different subsects थे वो Vakatakas. Okay? This is a very legit concern. You see? Founder of Vakataka, Nandi Varmana branch, which ruled from Nandi Vardhana, that is Nagpur. अब कल कोई पूछेगा तुमसे कि what is the old name of Nagpur? That is Nandi Vardhana. Nandi, Nandi, Vardhana. Since no inscription belonging to his reign is available, not much is known about the events. Not much is known about the events that took place during his reign. He is known to have been a worshipper of Lord Mahabhairava. महाभैरव किसे कहते हैं? शिव. Next ruler is Prithvi Sena. He ruled from 365 to 390. Okay. He spent most of his time consolidating his kingdom. he had political alliances with Chandragupta II. That means he is the contemporary of Chandragupta Vikramaditya. He had political alliances with Chandragupta II. During the later part of his reign, the Guptas and the Vakatakas entered into a matrimonial alliance. Since Prithvi Sena's son, Rudrasena II, the crown prince was married to Prabhavati Gupta, the daughter of Chandragupta II. Prabhavati Gupta, the daughter of Chandragupta II. Then we have Pravarasena II. Largest number of the time period is 395. 440 AD. The largest number of Vakataka inscriptions belong to his reign. A dozen copper plate grants of his were discovered in different parts of Vidarbha. Copper plate grants of his were discovered in different parts of Vidarbha. He entered into matrimonial alliances. With Kadambas. Guys, Kanchipuram is the capital of Pallavas. Please remember, Kadambas is somewhere here. Kadamba is present day Karnataka. Kadamba, K is Karnataka. UPSC often asks a question. I told you, Maitras, Mokharis, they might come up with Kadambas, who were the contemporaries of Chalukyas, who had their capital in Badami. Badami, we have Badami inscriptions. Badami architecture. So here, what time period are we talking about? 390 to 550 AD. These were the ones. भाई कोई भी rule है 100 से 200 तो चलता है. And UPSC is not asking a question tightly. It is asking, like, if they are asking about the post, if they are asking about this, then they are asking. I'll show you. Because PYQs is how I operate, guys. अब देखो भाई, Guptas were there, Pushyabhutis were there. That's what they're saying. Early 7th century का क्या मतलब है? Guys, the people who are online, can you mark the which one is correct? I told you the last class also. If you might have gone through the last class, then you would be easily able to crack this one. Let's make it more visible. Yeah. Pushyabhutis of Thanesar were there. Maukharis of Kannauj were there after decline of Guptas, I'm talking about, or rise of Harsha. After Guptas, we have Harshvardhana Empire or Vardhan Empire. Who were ruling? Thanesar is present day northwest part of India. Maukharis, Kannauj means Uttar Pradesh. Maitrakas are in Vallabhi, Gujarat. Okay, so we have Guptas, one, we have Pushyabhutis, we have Maukharis, and we have these. As far as Paramaras are concerned, Paramaras are 9th century. 9th century, 100 साल का difference है. And Yadavas are what time is Yadavas? Can the people online tell me? Yadavas किस time के थे? अभी वो पढ़ेंगे बट स्टिल यादव नहीं पढ़ा अभी भाई यूपीएससी ने दिया हुआ है तो इंपॉर्टेंट है इफ यूपीएससी हैज गिवन इट देन इट्स इंपॉर्टेंट गाइस हियर द इंपॉर्टेंस ऑफ मैथ्स सब पूछा हुआ यूपीएससी में ताम्रलिप्ति इज अ पोर्ट ये भी यूपीएससी ने पूछा हुआ है वाकटका अजंता यूपीएससी ने पूछा हुआ है they might have come up with Ujjain this thing not to south whatever so everything becomes important can you solve the question looking at the map the time period it's 12 to 14 yes very good Yadavas are 12th century onwards तो 3-4 साल का टाइम दे दिया उन्होंने say coming back to the question say you know only Yadavas you eliminate 2 I'm saying now they are asking about 2 pairs 3 pairs but 20 to 15 questions are still like this then you know about Maitrakas you come to the answer ये कब का क्वेश्चन है not very old this becomes important anyway तो Kadambas is important ठीक है Kadambas is Mysore Kadambas is Mysore then we have I'm skipping some rulers then we have Harisena as she said Harisena's rule starts from 475 AD to 500 AD Harisena this is not the same Harisena of Samudragupta this is different last known king of Vakataka who not only united the 2 Vakataka branches but also extended his territories by conquering Avanti, Kalinga, Konkan and Andhra. Guys, just write about next this thing. Various facets of life under Guptas and Vakatakas. We have written about the administration in the last class. Just flip the pages. Just मुझे बताओ कहाँ तक लिखा हुआ आपने? Okay. The king was administrative organization. Just write administrative organization. Then write the king was the focus of administration. The king was focus of administration. The king adopted high-sounding titles. The king adopted high-sounding titles like Maharaja Dhiraj, Parameshwara. Why would he do that? Why would he say that he is Maharaja or he is Parameshwar? so that people would respect him. The same thing was done by any other ruler before him? Gupta, ये Gupta ही तो चल रहा है. Mauryas ने? What was that inscription which talks about Ashoka as dear to God? Yes, yes. Piyadasi. Where is it? Rajasthan, Bhabru. Yes. Okay. Again, Parama Bhagavata. He also called himself Param Bhagavata. भगवत से याद आता है, ठीक है. You see Varaha. इसके आगे लिखो foremost worshipper of Vasudeva Krishna. Vasudeva Krishna. Krishna. Next लिखो, unlike the Mauryan period, where the political authority was concentrated in hands of the king, where the political authority was concentrated in the hands of king, comma, the Gupta administration was decentralized. Administration was decentralized in nature. And contained many feudatories or local rulers or local kings, chiefs, you can also say that. Gupta Empire was divided into deshas, like provinces, was divided into provinces like Desha, Rashtra and Bhuktis. And their head is called Uparikas. The Uparika was appointed directly by the king. And he had the authority yes. Puja, हाँ. Piyadasi, yes. Bhabru inscription of Rajasthan. The Uparikas was appointed directly by the king and he had the authority to appoint the head of district administration. And town boards. Town board, BOARD. Please write this also. ये पूछा हुआ है यार. This is Bhukti's province. Uparikas is the one who's the head. This is district. Then we have Vishyapati. This is sub-district. And below this we have Gram. Gram means town. Then first we have provinces who is headed by Uparikas. Then we have Vishyas headed by Vishpati. Then we have Vithis, sub-district. Then we have Grama. Then please write about the judicial structure. On the top, we have Mahadandanayaka or Chief Justice. Then we have Uparika in provinces. Then we have Vishapati, the same. At a district level. Uparika is at the provincial level. And he is at district level. The economy. The economy. The Gupta period, yes, in economy, you say, right? The Gupta period witnessed an increase in land taxes. But a decrease in trade and commerce. Guys, UPSC has asked a lot of questions as far as this topic is concerned. First, इनको साइड में लिख लो. कुल्य वापा and द्रोण वापा are kind of measurement of land. भाई tax collection होगा, so it has to be collected on the basis of certain things. So kulya vapa means produce. So it is the measurement of land. Shrenis means guilds. What is guild? By production has to happen. It has to happen through certain group of people, which is called guild. बता रहा हूं. उसके आगे मत लिखना, उसके साइड में लिखना, ठीक है? ओके, कहां तक पहुंचा था? इंक्रीज इन लैंड टैक्सेस बट डिक्रीज इन ट्रेड एंड कॉमर्स टैक्सेस. Full stop. The period from 4th century to 8th century CE was the period of agricultural expansion. Was the period of agri expansion. Full stop. Due to practice of granting lands to Brahmanas, such as Brahmadeya, Agrahara, and some other officers, vast area of virgin land was bought under cultivation. Vast area was bought under area of virgin land was bought under cultivation. भाई अग्रहारा लैंड्स का मतलब ये होता है कि भाई ब्राह्मण्स को यू गिव लैंड टैक्स फ्री. एंड सेम विद ब्रह्मदेया आल्सो. ब्रह्मदेवा देया, ब्रह्म मतलब ब्राह्मण, ब्राह्मण को यू गिव लैंड की भाई जहां तू मौज कर, इसमें टैक्स नहीं देना. एंड अग्रहारा लोन्स और लैंड्स. The same lands are also being given in 16th-15th century. What were these called? Similar. Khalisa land. But these lands were taxed. Because these were taxed by whom? The government, the central government. क्या हो गया? थके तो नहीं ना अभी? थोड़ा लिखना है. The king collected taxes from 1/4 to 1/6 of the produce. In addition to other taxes, to 1/6. In addition to these taxes or other taxes, peasants were also subjected to vishti or forced labor. For serving the royal army and officials. We do see in the next paragraph, please write. For officers, for royal army and officials. Okay, next paragraph. We do see in the next paragraph a decline in the trade and commerce with the Greco-Roman world. We do see a decline of trade and commerce with the Greco-Roman world. Around the 6th century, the Romans learned the art of rearing silkworms. भाई silkworm के लिए आते थे वो लोग, which silkworms के बाद which adversely affected India's export. Society. Next, Gupta society. The Brahmana supremacy increased during Gupta times. The Brahmanas supremacy increased during Gupta times. Brahmana supremacy. It has nothing to do with देखो. No, she's right. वो क्या पूछना चाह रही है पता है? कि they were Brahmana, they were not Brahmanas. Why were these people giving? देखो भाई. Prime Minister says he's an OBC, but he is having Sangol. He is doing tapasya in lot of big these things. He is no, it's okay. He is doing tapasya in Badrinath. What does that signify? An OBC person is going to Badrinath Kedarnath. That shows he is closer to God, closer to priest. That legitimizes his rule. भाई कोई राजा है, ये कोई प्राइम मिनिस्टर है, वो कहता है कि मैं धर्म हिंदू धर्म के साथ हूं, तो ब्राह्मण क्षत्रियास और अपर कास्ट पीपल विल बी मोर रिस्पेक्टिंग हिम. द सेम वे इफ अ वैश्य इज गिविंग मोर प्रिविलेजेस, ब्रह्मदेय भाई ले भाई तू लेके जा, ग्रांट, इसमें टैक्स मत दे रहा, टेक मोर लैंड, डोंट पे टैक्सेस. Will Brahman be saying that ये खराब आदमी है? He'll say no, he's a very good ruler because he's getting money, he's getting land. You're getting my point? It's a way of legitimizing rule. English में इसको कहते हैं we are legitimizing our rule. Ashoka is saying I'm near to God. That makes him near to God. Prime Minister Saab saying I'm having Sangol, I'm going to Modhera temple, I'm going to Ram temple. What does that mean? That I'm the one who's taking care of the Hindu Rashtra, Hindu Dharma. Simple. And 90% of the population is Hindu. So they'll be obviously giving votes to whom? Rahul Gandhi or Modi ji? You're getting my point, right? So it has a political significance. I hope the people online can relate to this. Okay. समझ गए? Okay. Then the Guptas were originally Vaishyas. Came to be looked upon as Kshatriyas by the Brahmanas. Since the Brahmadeya land was given, along with administrative rights, and tax exemptions. It resulted in creation of new class of Brahmana landlords. In addition to this, we see absorption of tribal communities into Brahminical society. The social and economic status of Shudras improved. The social and economic status of Shudras improved during this period. They were now allowed to listen to Ramayana and Mahabharata. They were now allowed to listen to Ramayana and Mahabharata and the Puranas. They could also perform some domestic rituals. They could also perform, no, don't write this, I'll explain it. Certain rituals or domestic rituals that were earlier prohibited for them and could now even worship a new god called Krishna. Guys, when the people from the lower caste are following the upper caste, that term is called Sanskritization because they want to get into the main fold. As I said, when Modi ji, who comes from an OBC caste, or any leader, Dalit leader who takes pride in being a Hindu, he says he is Sanskritized, means क्या कर रहा है वो अपने आप को status अच्छा दिखा रहा है. Okay. मतलब मैं समझा नहीं अभी आप क्या पूछना चाह रहे हो. वैदिक कल्चर में ये वो नहीं खाते प्लीज. So they even included this lower strata of society. Yes. So yeah, that time like the Indo-Gas Sanskritization one. We said Sanskrit. Here in this, they are like in Buddhism there is no concept of like Sanskrit learning. So like what she asked is now they are being allowed to worship God, to listen to Ramayana. So that we are saying that they have been Sanskritized. But during Gupta period also, like Buddhism, Jainism, they have been included with religion, right? So why can't we say that the Sanskrit is that? Listen, there is a certain section of society which is ruling, and there is a third, another which is agri laborers. There's one more subcategory which is kept out of Varna system. That is Chandalas. Shudras are the ones who are helping the masters, are slaves and stuff. But below that, there are Chamars. Who's doing? Who is feeding on the dead. Ye Chandals. The condition, what you are asking is that in Vedic period also, there was a certain section of society which was marginalized, who went up to Jainism and Buddhism. But, मैंने क्या कहा था आप लोगों से? Again, every religion is opening itself because they have to compete with Buddhism. Mind you, we are talking about 4th century AD, and in 4th century AD we have two religions. Hinduism, whose competitor is Buddhism. So both want this section of society to be with them because this is either they are agricultural laborers or they are untouchables. Yes, marginalized. Because if they don't come, nobody is going to work on the fields. भाई इसके घर में काम करने के लिए तो ये चाहिए, इसके रूल में भी तो ये दोनों चाहिए, be it Brahman or be it Buddhist. So both the religions want to expand themselves. भाई Muslim people say that Paigambar is our religion is bigger, Hindus say our Bhagwan is bigger, Christians say our God is supreme, but Buddhists they say the same. So this tussle is continuous. But what happens is, thanks to these Varaha, Shakti, so more people, these people were inclined towards Hinduism, and Buddhism was sidelined because Buddhism was now, as I said, was using which language? Elite's language, because Buddhism के fold में ये लोग तो आ गए थे, लेकिन now they wanted this respect, which was given to Brahmanas, means land, पैसा, Nora Fateh, मतलब समझ लो? You got the point, right? Nora Fateh in the sense dancer वांसर चाहिए थे सबको. You getting my point, right? Ab, why were Chandalas, Shudras moving towards this? Because of two cults, Vaishnavism and Shaivism. Because tribal people associate themselves with Shiva and Shakti. You're getting my point? But if the guys online have any doubts, please you can raise, then we can move forward. Okay? Please don't get confused by Shudras and Chandalas. There is a subsection of Shudras that is Chandal, and it's in Vedas. It's written that पहले बात तो इनको prohibit करते हैं, but later, as I have made you right, they can Vishnu Puran. Now, what is happening? Vishnu Puran, Vayu Puran, and these Purans are coming. Vishnu Puran is related to whom? Vishnu ji, and Vishnu Vasudeva is a who? Vasu, जिसके father होते हैं ना, he's OBC. जिसके घर में उनकी परवरिश होती है मथुरा में होती है, that some town is there where Vrindavan, yes. So we see he's holding Govardhan and all. तुमने तो story पढ़ी होगी. Okay, then please write condition of women. The women from two varnas were free to earn their livelihood. Which probably gave them some freedom. But the women from the two upper varnas, कौन-कौन से upper varna? Brahman, Kshatriya. Were even denied their liberty. Two. Full stop. The women lacked property rights. The women had right of स्त्रीधन. प्रॉपर्टी राइट नहीं थे, लेकिन स्त्रीधन था. स्त्रीधन किसे कहते हैं? लिखो. ज्वेलरी है, ज्वेलरी का पता है इसको? The present had स्त्रीधन. STRIDHANA, right? To have jewelry. ज्वेलरी के चक्कर में तो मैं पागल हो गया हूँ. ज्वेलरी. गेटिंग लगता है मैं पागल हो जाऊंगा ज्वेलरी के चक्कर में. तो मुझे तो लेनी पड़ेगी ना अपनी वाइफ के लिए. हाँ, किडनी बिकती है कहीं पे. किडनी बेच देता हूँ अपनी. किडनी आफ्टर 5 or 10 years will be also. मैं हंसूंगा तुम रहोगे. So every time you have to have girls like those necklaces, carbuncle, what not. बताओ पहले पढ़ाना पड़ता था, अब लेना पड़ रहा है. किडनी भी 2.5 लाख की बिकती है, उसमें तो 3 तोला भी नहीं आएगा. बहुत मुश्किल है भाई. मतलब इट्स वेरी एक्सपेंसिव. शी नोज बेटर, बट द पॉइंट इज आ तो जाएगा, लेकिन वो लड़कियों को जो चाहिए बड़ा वाला, यू नो दैट. लुक एट द शादी ऑफ क्या नाम है, अंबानी. गर्ल्स थिंक कि अंबानी बस, अरे वो अंबानी है भाई. वी आर पोर पीपल, पोर मास्टर. You know what is the rate of gold? 72. 10 grams. ठीक है. And what is Stridhana? The presents received by bride at the time of her marriage. Full stop. The first evidence of sati around 510 AD is found in Aaron inscription. Aaron is in Madhya Pradesh. Okay, so coming back to Nora Fatehi, there is a famous kavya. I'll give you the example why I'm saying Nora Fatehi. In Harshcharita or of Banabhatta, right? In Harshcharita or Banabhatta of Banabhatta, we see reference of Ganikas. We see reference of Ganikas. Ganikas, who are the court dancers, who were admired for their beauty, but could never attain social respectability. मतलब वहां पर भी prostitution का concept था. I'm not saying that Nora Fatehi is this, but the point is dancers. We used to call them Nagar Vadhus also. ठीक है. So it's not that. Sorry. You can say that.
Introducing the Prelims Target course and Prelims test series at ProdEgyIAS. Designed for UPSC Prelims 2026, this comprehensive program offers in-depth classes on history, geography, science and tech, environment, polity and governance, and economy. Stay updated with current affairs and sharpen your skills with our Prelims test series consisting of 50 full-length tests covering all subjects along with CSAT. Join ProdEgyIAS and stay ahead.